Oh man. Hey guys, what's going on? Instant reaction here with the Avs just wrapping up the game with the Winnipeg Jets and talk about frustrating, man. Frustrating. Avs lose 7-6. And honestly, if you're just a casual hockey fan or you're not a fan of either of these teams, the game was bananas and it was a super fun game to watch. But instant reactions, instant takeaways, man, is it exactly what my biggest fear was happened, right? I mean, you talk about listen, guys, we dominated the Jets. We doubled the amount of shots that they had. We hit them more. We had the same amount of penalties. We were, 100% on our power play opportunities. Um, we scored 6 goals against the Vesna, the best goalie in the NHL, and we happened to give up 7. Like giving up 7 goals on 23 shots is asinine. And I get it, guys. We talked about this previously. The biggest fear, the biggest question mark right now is Alexander Georgiev and the way he's been playing so poorly lately. But this was another level of bad, you know. And it made me what I really started thinking about is yes, there's a lot of things that you can take to be optimistic, right? I mean, are you going to give up 7 goals every night? Well, if you're going to go with Georgiev, you might. But to score 6 goals on the road in the first game and really just to be honest with you, dominate the Jets gives you a lot of optimism. But it's also like, damn man, we missed out on a really good opportunity to steal game one, and then now you're kind of put the pressure back in their court. But I didn't even know that Annunen wasn't active until the game started. I just was really busy today, and honestly, the time snuck up on me, and I wouldn't really thought anything about it. But I'm really curious is like to if would he have started had he not been um sick, I guess really sick. Because he might have. But what I do know would have happened is, after the first period or maybe when that fourth goal was scored, I bet you they would have pulled Georgiev and they would have just put Annunen in. And then who the hell knows? Because the way we ended up playing, we probably win that game, to be completely honest with you. So that's kind of the frustrating part is like the fact that he just wasn't even available. We had this kid that's never even played. I don't even think he's ever played in an NHL game before, as the backup. So it was like there's no chance, unless there was an injury that he was going to come in and play. So I think that's kind of the frustrating part. And then we had Ivan Prosnitov. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right, but we had him earlier in the year, and he had some games where he like showed a lot of potential, and they ended up waiving him after Annunen really developed. And I've always really liked. I always love it when an organization develops a player for so long and then they finally get their opportunity. And Anunen's kind of that guy. Like he's been with the Eagles and developing with the basically the minor league team for it seems like 4 or 5 years now. It seems like he was here for a long time, and he's finally got to the point where you know they got him to where he was looking good. And if you look at his numbers this year, I mean, I think he's played only 4 games. Let me pull him up here real quick. He's 14 games, or something like that. But I mean, shoot, dude. So yeah, he's played in 14 games. He's won 8. He had his goals allowed on average is 2.25, and his save percentage is 92.8, 0.928, which is it's actually a very good number. And for his career, he's a 91% save guy. So he's from a number standpoint, like very, very good. He's just also doesn't have that much experience. Obviously, playoff hockey is different, but I can assure you, man, he would not have been as bad as Georgiev was today. That was treacherous. And maybe just having somebody, he's 6'4", he's definitely like 3 inches taller than Annunen. Maybe that changes some things, or it forces the team to kind of adjust a little bit because it seemed like the Jets constantly were just going for the upper right glove, upper non-dominant hand glove all day. Because they had seen something, and that's kind of been what's biting them. But the frustrating part is yes, I mean there were definitely some goals that were not directly on Georgiev for sure. I mean there was some terrible turnovers. Josh Manson had an awful game. Um, but it's like there was also some that were so soft. Specifically that fourth goal that happened in the third, early in the third period or in the second period. Just such a soft goal in the 5 hole. And it's one of those where in playoff hockey, your team is going to have turnovers. It's going to happen. Guys are going to back check. They're going to force some things in the zone. You have to at least bail your team out. And he didn't do that at all. Like, he kind of caught a little bit of a streak at the end of that second period, and you're thinking, all right, maybe there's a little bit there, and then it was just all bad. So very frustrating. Obviously, a lot of concern from the goalie, but when you look at this team, when you look at this Avs team, this is why I always say, like, at the end of the day, I feel like we could beat everybody because they don't stop fighting. They play so goddamn hard and fast, and they can score with anybody. I mean, scoring 6 goals. Connor Hellebuyck hasn't let 6 goals at any point all year, and we did it, and we still lose. So it's like, yes, very frustrating. But the other side is also there's some optimism there. I can almost assure you that if Annunen is healthy and recovered and good to play, he will play. You always get worried of a guy coming off of sickness, right? Because if he was so sick to the point where he couldn't even be a backup, that's a big problem. Or maybe they just didn't want him around the team. But I hope if he gets better, you're obviously going to roll with Justus Annunen. Otherwise, to be completely frank with you guys, man, like you really you might have to look at every possible option that you can. Um, and so we'll see. It's going to be an interesting 48 hours, but I think game 2 is going to be good. This looks like it's going to be a really fun series. I think it's a 7-gamer regardless. But the goaltending is a big concern, and it's definitely worrisome, man. So a frustrating loss, obviously, but we'll get it rocking. Tomorrow we got the Broncos uniform reveal. So there's a lot of things I'm seeing on Twitter of some leaks, and it's some sources are saying that the leaks are legit or they're pretty close, and others are saying that they're not, and the helmet leak comes out. And I'm just at this point, I'm just frustrated more than anything. Like, I was really excited for the new uniforms, and now I'm just like annoyed, and I just hope that I end up really digging them. And I kind of like the fact that the leak came out and the leak looked so bad that, like, now if it's a little bit better, at least I'll have a little bit of positive optimism. But that'll happen tomorrow. It happens at 9 a.m. tomorrow at Denver time. So nice and early in the morning for us to just get all of the Monday blues out of the way and continue on with the day. So we'll have a react video to that. And then I'm having Jeremy Otten back on the channel tomorrow. Excited to have him. We're gonna do another mock. We're gonna run through a couple different scenarios and chop it up with y'all again. So that'll be up tomorrow night or on Tuesday. Um, and then tomorrow evening as well, we got the Nuggets playing game 2 against the Lakers. That should be fun. Just one of those games, man, where you just look at it, you say, Nuggets, they got to take care of business. They got to go out there and just keep doing what they've been doing. Force the Lakers to make the adjustments. I was surprised by a couple of things. I was surprised that Hachimura didn't play more, but it seemed like the Nuggets kind of shut down that mismatch that showed for a half of a game last year. So we'll see. We'll see. I think it's wild because there is so much similarities between the Nuggets and the Avs. But because goaltending is just so unbelievably important in hockey, there's not really a comparable thing to that in basketball. So hopefully the Nuggets can just continue to roll, continue to do their thing, and excited to see how this rotation continues to play out. But you got to protect home court, period. And then the Nuggets on Tuesday, they gotta find a way to steal home court, home ice back. So yeah, instant react is that, man. Otherwise, I think. I like the Avs' chances going into next game. If you look at them, I'm pretty sure they're the favorites. They were the favorites to win the series, and I think now they still might be like slight underdogs, but nothing crazy. So even Vegas kind of understands, these kinds of things happen, and hockey's a crazy thing because you see a lot of times too. Like game 1, a team will win like 7-1, and then game 2, the team that lost 7-1 will have like a win in like a 2-1, scrappy game or something like that. So it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see. But appreciate you guys riding with me, man. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Would love to hear your guys' thoughts. How you feeling about the Avs? How you feeling about Georgiev? What should they do? But yeah, get in the comment section, man, and let's debate about it. Otherwise, have a great evening, guys. Mile high salute, and of course, peace out.